So hello everyone, my assigned topic is the economic impacts of a medical tourism 2026 analysis. So think of a medical tourism like this. People from other countries travel to the Philippines not just for the beaches, but because our doctors are amazing and the surgery costs much less than in their home countries. So first we have the big money and big jobs tourism is a huge slice of the Philippines money pie. Right now, it makes up about 20% of the entire economy. So the numbers, that's about 92 billion. To put that in a perspective, if the Philippines economy were a 10 slice pizza, tourism is a 2 slice. The jobs, so it helps support over 11 million jobs. This isn't just doctors, it's also the pilots who fly the patients in the hotel staff where they stay and the drivers who take them to the clinic. So the tech, big companies are spending millions on robotic surgery where doctors use high-tech robot arms to operate because they know this business is growing. Simple example to this one is imagine a patient from the US needs a knee surgery that costs 30,000. So 30,000 there. They fly to Manila, get the hotel and go home happy. So the Philippines gets 10,000 it didn't have before. Next, our second is the good stuff. Stopping brain drain. For years, our best nurses and doctors left for the US or Dubai to make more money. Now, because these fancy medical centers pay well, our superstar doctors are staying home. Better tech for everyone. To attract foreigners, hospitals are installing 5G and digital records. Even if you aren't a medical tourist, these upgrades eventually make the whole hospital faster for local Filipinos too. So foreign cash. When foreigners pay in dollars or euros, it makes our national piggy bank stronger. The third one is the risk, the watch outs. The two-tier problem. The best worry is that hospitals might focus too much on rich foreigners and ignore local people who can pay as much. We don't want a system where the best doctors only treat tourists. The travel risk. If there's a big storm or a global issue that stops planes from flying, the medical tourism money disappears instantly. So, next is the competition. Countries like Thailand are already very good at this. The Philippines has to work extra hard to get GCI accreditation, which is like a 5-star gold medical for hospital safety to stay in the race. So, the summary to this one or the conclusion is the Philippines is becoming a global health hub. This brings in billions of dollars and keeps our best doctors in the country. However, we have to make sure that while we are busy treating the world, we don't get we don't forget to keep healthcare affordable for the Filipinos at home. Thank you.
Hi, good day. I am Yara Gutierrez. My report is the 2026 Outlook Technological Integrations. The economic frontier of 2026 is defined by telemedicine and AI. So, pasabot daghan na kag mga hospital sa 2026 and labi ng mga AI or online consultation. So, hiana. For example, ang pasyente gikan sa USA, nagpa-opera sa Philippines. Pagbalik niya sa country, mag-online na lang ka or nagpa-check up nimo mag-online na lang ka sa doktor gamit sa video call, messenger or Zoom. Aron dili na kinahanglan mo adto mobalik pa ka sa hospital sa Philippines. So yan na. First is digital follow-up. Hospitals now bundle 90-day virtual post-op care into their packages. This reduces the need for patients to stay in the country longer than necessary, but increases the value per day spent while they are present. So, naa kay cosmetic surgery sa Cebu, humanan na sa 90-day or gihatag sa kanang unsay gihatag sa doctor sa or unsay kanang schedule ninyo. So, gamit ba kag kanang sa app pwede sa video call yapon or Zoom or unsa aron para ang doktor mag-check ka kung kana para dali ka maayo or ma-recovery ka. So pas dali nya mas barato dito sa hospitals, and dili na ka kinahanglan magstay dito, dili na ka kinahanglan magdugay dito sa hospital para dili kayo kas kwarta. So second is silver economy. A major growth driver in the Philippines is the aging or global populations, the 60 plus age group. The country is positioning itself with affordable lifestyle costs. So for example, mga retired ang foreigners sa like Japan, Korea or sa USA. So mobalin sila sa Philippines kay mas barato sa ang hospital, nya barato ra ang cost living, and naay ka ng medical care. So nga na mo na ka ng mga retirement medical hub na siya. So next is number one, common medical procedures and specialization. So mo ni ang mga kasagaran kay ang serbisyo nga ginabuhat sa medical tourism kay first is cosmetic or reconstructive surgery, rhinoplasty, breast augmentation, di maklaro, and facelifts. Ayan na, muinat gani mo, no? Plastic kanang atong ilong, mo pataas bagag ilong, pwede po paggamay or something unsay gusto nimo nga angayan ka. And breast kay atong tutoy, gusto ba ka mapadako or gusto pa jud mas pumudako pa jud maayo, kanang dili jud ka gusto mas labaw pa nimo, mura na. So next is dental tourism, high value restorative work like dental implants and veneers at fractions of western cost. So dental tourism. So usa sa mga gani kanang dental implant kanang kabantay mo nang murag siya screw kanang screw siya katong mga ngipon nga wala na tay mga ngipon, pwede ba siya gusto nimo siya butangan jud kung naa jud kay kwarta, no, kung gusto jud nimo gwapa ka or nindot imong ngipon. So magpa dental implants ka kay aron kanang implants ka bantay man siguro mo nag-scroll naman sa FB gani kay naa man jud magsamok kanang mga dental implants kaya nakabantay mo na example nga kanang mo sa scroll niya ituik-tuik nimo ibinat ba nimo or maana siya so yung veneers, so kita ang ganahan dream kay na akong veneers dye. That's all for today. Thank you.